Yo guys, this is Reinhardt, this is your favorite Russian talking. We're gonna be doing a League of Legends today. For those who never played League of Legends or are interested in playing it, please follow the link, the first link down below. You will basically log in, register, you're gonna give me referral credit, and maybe if I'll get enough, I'll introduce the fucking unholy decay in League of Legends as a champion making. Anyway, I'm looking for support. I'm looking for a person who's actually very motivated to playing support, low gold, high silver, basically work together, play a lot, and actually build up the synergy. If you're interested, please email me in the description below. And now let's talk Draven. And Draven is funny, swagger, motherfucking champion who reminds me of my Decay. I think he is a ranged version of my Death Knight, and here are the reasons why. Draven by himself is that kind of champion who has a shitty mobility, shitty escapes, decent attack speed booster, but what he makes up for it, and a shitty range. That reminds me of my DK too. DKs have a crap mobility, very bad CC, but where Draven makes up for all of this shit, the motherfucker does damage, and he does such a good damage, you guys have no idea. He probably has the highest damage possible out of all the AD carries, and even though he's not probably the strongest AD carry late game, his dominance through mid and early game can easily make up for it. So let's talk Draven. Draven's passive is Wicked Blades. Basically every time he critically strikes or attacks with his spinning axe, you see the shit that he's spinning around and then puts on the ground, he tries to catch it. That's a spinning axe, and I'm gonna talk about that in detail. Every time he critical strikes or strikes with a spinning axe, he applies a stack of bleed. And there's a few things you guys should know about the Wicked Blades. They're 100% physical damage. That means that they go through anything at all whatsoever when it comes to spell shield, like for example Morgana. They are also actually, every time they tick, they actually proc armor penetration from Black Cleaver, making Black Cleaver is actually probably a superior choice over Last Whisper when it comes to armor penetration. Spinning Axe, our first ability, is that what defines Draven and what makes Draven a Draven. The motherfucking Draven. The thing about the spinning axe is that it does shit tons of damage. It adds about up to additional 85% damage of your auto attack. The negative thing about the spinning axe is that it does not reset the timer on your auto attack. And the second probably thing is spinning axes do not benefit from your critical strike. Even though you do bonus damage, the bonus damage does not apply on critical strike effects. That's why a lot of Dravens usually build up a crap tons of either MR or attack damage in the beginning instead of going for a critical strike chance. Although at the end critical strike is also warranted because it's just too damn good for this game for AD carries. Your W is basically attack speed and movement speed steroid. It gives you an incredible amount of speed for 1.5 seconds that is quickly deteriorates, and it gives you a just unimaginable attack speed. So basically it has a 10-second cooldown and only lasts 1.53 seconds, but every time you catch the spinning axe, the cooldown on the blood rush is actually refreshed. So your whole entire fight, your core fight, is actually evolves around you throwing those axes, popping your blood rush, attack very fast, and then catch your axes, apply blood rush, and shit like that. This is probably why it makes it so hard for actually a lot of people to start playing as a Draven, because not only you have to everything evolves around the catching axes, and if you're not gonna catch axe, you will be poopy. Here's a good example of a blood rush slash spinning axe synergy. Noon decides to stay behind the tower. A blood rush towards him. I'm attacking creep. I'm ordering my axe to come near me, and then I'm actually attacking him for the full damage and thus killing him. The thing about the spinning axes I forgot to mention, guys, is that you can actually dictate where to actually land it. If you're just staying stationary on one place, your spinning axe will either drop on top of you or next to you. But if you actually decide to move while the spinning axe is in the air during you attacking somebody, the spinning axe will move towards the direction that you actually want to go. So I'm farming here faster and better than the healer build and making a moonshine. And at the same time the Udyr comes in and wanna actually mess up with my deck. So one axe at the crypt to actually finish him off, and at the same time you guys see I'm actually ordering my axes to go back. This is probably one of the prime examples of Draven cutting the melee champions, because it's just so damn good when you actually order your axe to go behind you, and at the same time you can actually activate the blood rush to further enhance your cutting ability. This is another good example. I will activate the blood rush here to actually attack the turret, attack the inhibitor, and the blood rush is on cooldown, but my spinning axe is coming off the cooldown. I'm spinning axes, catching it, catching up to him, doing a step aside into another spinning axe and killing Fizz that way. Draven's third ability is called Step Aside. Basically what it does, it actually knocks people aside, briefly interrupts their action or their channeling, and slows them up to 50% for 2 seconds, and it's a 25% snare at level 1. So Step Aside is absolutely invaluable for Draven because he doesn't have any crowd control abilities. He doesn't basically have any outs at all whatsoever. If you think about it, all the other AD carries have a better snares or better control than Draven. Here I'm actually gonna flash into a Step Aside Q onto the Fizz, thus making my actual hacker, letting him escape, and of course after that they would have probably converted onto me. Step Aside can also interrupt charges, interrupts any gap closers on you whatsoever if done it right. Of course it's not gonna protect you from being a dumbass and getting gripped. Draven's last ability, Whirling Death, is basically you throw up 2 different axes that do damage on the way in onto the opponent and on the way back as well. It's amazing because sometimes the way I would get the kills is I would actually throw the axes in one direction, move to the other side of the map, reactivate the ability and have them actually follow up and come back and get a kill again. Draven's ultimate is amazing when it comes to either finishing the fleeing foes or actually killing the people straight right into their face as a substitute to your attack. I usually like to use it in between attacks for a maximum damage. So you Q X, if X is landing on you, you use your ultimate into another QX, and that actually does tons of damage. Here I'm bullying the Tristana out of the lane. I want to deny as much farm as I possibly can, and at the same time I'm letting a good amount of access, therefore I can finish her off with my ultimate, getting the Rampage Strike. Here I'm gonna go a balls deep on the enemy AD carry. It's Vayne. Vayne is probably better than Draven late game when it's fully fed, but when it comes to actually early to mid game, Draven is much stronger, therefore he usually counter-strike. So I'm gonna activate the blood rush into a strike on the Q, into flash in, catching my axe into another blood rush. Now she actually flashed out, so I'm using my ultimate, Whirling Death, and killing her like a motherfucker. Basically, her barrier was off, she used her flash, my blood rush was on cooldown, so I thought it was actually a good idea to use that. Now here of course you gotta be catching those axes, even though it means that you will sometimes not exactly do the most auto attack damage, but the thing about the Draven, his auto attacks suck. The Draven probably has the worst auto attack mechanic in the game. His attack speed is long, and basically I don't think it makes him and his range is short. Thus it's making his auto attacks not very viable, but what makes great about Draven is his spinning axes. So you gotta catch those, even in PvP. Your ultimate is also a great ability when it comes to doing just a flat out damage. Here the Vlad on our team ultimate them, and I ultimate them at the same time. With the Wukong ultimate we basically drop the whole entire enemy team down to like 10-15% HP within just a couple seconds, and then I'm gonna flash in, get my blood rush, and of course get my swag on, fucking the spinning axes. This is what I like about Draven, he's a good swagger. I'm just kidding, I have no idea what I'm talking about. But Draven is one of my favorite champions because he reminds me of my DK a whole lot. And that's about it. Thanks guys everybody for watching. Hopefully you liked my first League of Legends episodes. If you did like it, let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and до свидания.